Hi guys, thank you very much for coming here to our second Polkadot meetup here in Hungary. My name is Sebastian, I'm the co-founder of QRUCIAL and we stand for Blockchain Security Without the Bullshit. I'm glad to present to you today Kusama. First of all, I'm gonna talk to you what the fuck is Kusama, then why Kusama exists, the differences between Polkadot and Kusama, the overall architecture, and then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Kappa Sigma Mu. First of all, what the fuck is Kusama? Kusama is basically Polkadot's canary network. That means that Kusama is neither a testnet nor a mainnet. And this gives Polkadot or Kusama a very cool functionality. It's basically the middle ground between a testnet and a mainnet, which means you can test and tinker with a lot of stuff under a realistic environment. This is great for us developers because we have very low barriers to entry for parachain development. We have very low bond requirements for validators and parachains. We have low slashing penalties, fast iteration, and the latest and greatest technology. On the other hand, Polkadot stands for high stability, high security, a more conservative governance and upgrades model, and high validator rewards. And also the use case between Kusama and Polkadot, in my opinion, is really different. First of all, Kusama functions more like an early stage startup network on which you can experiment with new ideas, great new technology, and you can run applications on which you don't need like bank-like security and robustness. It's also great for pre-production environment for Polkadot. So if you plan to run on Polkadot eventually, you can test out your stuff on Kusama first under a little more developer-friendly environment. On the other hand, for example, Polkadot is used for enterprise and B2B applications, for financial applications, high-value applications which require bank licenses or bank-like security, stability, and robustness. And you also have upgrade path for early-stage applications. So what's behind Kusama? Kusama is built on Substrate. It has nearly the same code base as Polkadot. And for those who have not been here last time, when I had my talk about Substrate, a short note on what Substrate is. It's an open, flexible, interoperable, and future-proof framework for radical blockchain development. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the architecture of Kusama and Polkadot. In this picture you can see Kusama or Polkadot consists of a relay chain, validators, parachain, collators, and bridges. And the great stuff about this is validators produce and finalize blocks. Collators package together the state transitions. Fishermen, for example, check if someone is cheating. Nominators can put their stake behind validators. Node operators are basically doing the same as a Bitcoin full node would do. And the amazing thing about this is the parachains don't need to constantly write on the relay chain. For example, each parachain interacts with some set of validators and it has its own collators. And what collators do is they run the equivalent of a full node on that chain and make sure that every transition on chain is applying by the rules of that very chain. And then the collators interact with the validators to prove what happened on the parachain, and this proof then gets added to the relay chain. A little excursus on what validators do and where they come from. Validator is basically a server which has the responsibility to produce and finalize blocks. Nominators can stake their KSM to validators and share the rewards with them. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the most interesting parts of Kusama, Kappa Sigma Mu. Kappa Sigma Mu is basically Kusama's society. It's one part of the governance system, in which each candidate is judged by their ability to provide what they call proof of ink. And yes, these are real tattoos, which you have to get if you want to become a member. Thank you very much for listening to my talk. And let's hack and talk.